Hello everyone, welcome back to another Project Gladiator weather forecast. Today I'll be covering the weather for August 8th of 2023, and with this new schedule change, I haven't had the time to properly look over the weather models to get a complete understanding of what might be happening today. So some of the information that I tell you might be a little bit off, so bear with me, and if you know what I said wrong in today's forecast, please tell me in my comments, and hopefully I will be able to fix it. And for today, we do have an enhanced risk for the Nebraska and Colorado border region, as well as a slight risk for the southern regions of the Dixie Valley states from Mississippi into the Georgian coast. We also do have a marginal threat for the northern reaches of the United States that I probably won't cover too much, as well as a very small marginal threat for the eastern coast of Boston up to Maine that I probably will not cover at all in today's forecast. This is likely going to be a little bit of leftover convection from the extremely strong storms that we had yesterday. As for our threats for today, we do have a 5% tornado threat with a 2% around that does trail into central Kansas for that enhanced risk region, as well as a 2% tornado threat for that marginal threat region across the Boston coast to Maine. As for wind, we do have a 15% with the possibility of violent winds for the enhanced risk region, as well as a 15% for the slight risk region and 5% for either marginal threat region. And as for hail, we do have a 30% with a 15 around that, and the possibility of large hail for the enhanced risk region. So all threats are on the table for today regarding tornadoes, wind, and hail for that enhanced risk region. Taking a look at our radar omega model, starting off with our 500 millibars like we usually do, you can see for the enhanced risk region, we do have a fairly strong jet stream that is moving across the region. And you can see a small, weak, high-pressure system over southern Colorado and New Mexico. That high-pressure system should be situated somewhere around here. And you can see it is pushing on the jet stream in a way that it does give it a little bit of a change in direction. So we should see the possibility of some directional shear to allow for the possibility of that tornado threat, as well as this jet stream does dip across the central United States into the southern Dixie states. So that is going to be the main triggering factor for the slight risk region, as well as the enhanced risk region as well. And this jet stream is fairly strong, so we could see the possibility of some large hail with elongated hodographs. With mid-level flow in the 40 knots, we could definitely see the possibility of elongated hodographs and the possibility of large hail. Taking a look at our dew points, starting off with the enhanced risk region, you can see that we do have dew points that are going to be fairly strong. They aren't as strong as what we've been seeing a lot this summer with dew points in the mid to upper 70s. However, these are going to be fairly strong dew points that could support the possibility of some decent Cape. Dew points in the mid and to the low 60s should allow for the possibility of Cape values that are much more moderate compared to what we've been seeing this summer. But we could definitely see the possibility of some fairly strong instability across this region, possibly getting into the 1,000 to 2,000 range and maybe into the low 3,000s. It really all depends until we see the Cape values. And then across the slight risk region, you can see that we are getting the seasonally high dew points that are expected to be in the mid and upper 70s. So we could definitely see the possibility of Cape values that could reach maybe the 3,000s. And then taking a look at our instability, you can see that we are expected to have some fairly strong instability across the enhanced risk region regardless of the weaker dew points. We are expected to see Cape values that could reach the upper 3,000s and even the low 4,000s. That should support the possibility of those violent winds that we could see today, as well as the possibility of large hail with strong level flow aloft and elongated hodographs. This area of strong instability will also be able to support the possibility of a few tornadoes, depending on our directional shear, energy, helicity index readings. But then for the slight risk region across the southern Dixie states, you see that we are expected to have some seasonally high Cape values like usual. Cape values that are going to be mostly in the mid 4,000s to the upper 3,000s and upper 2,000s. So we could see the possibility of some fairly strong damaging winds and maybe some small to medium hail. However, with overall weaker mid-level flow aloft in this particular region, our main threats for today are probably going to be mostly damaging winds and the possibility of some small to medium hail in this particular region. Then taking a look at our energy helicity index, focusing on the 5% tornado threat, I will not be taking a look at this 2% tornado threat for the eastern coast of Boston to Maine, as it's likely going to be a small event. It is in a very localized area, and it's about to probably go away by 4 p.m. EST. This is in a very small region, and it's all storms that could have supported the possibility of tornadoes are likely going to be out of this region by now. So focusing on the 5% tornado threat, you can see that we do have what looks to be some slightly weak energy helicity index readings for that particular region. However, you can see further down south across Kansas, we do have some fairly strong energy helicity index readings for that 2% tornado threat. So we could see the possibility of a couple tornadoes for Kansas, and this might even be moved further down south by the 4 p.m. SPC outlook. So overall, in the 5% tornado threat region, we do have weak energy helicity index readings, but then further down south, we do have some fairly strong energy helicity index readings. So again, this 5% could be moved further down south by 4 p.m. EST with that SPC outlook update. Now that I've told you the weather, please go down to the description and check out the socials for Project Gladiator, and join the Discord for any updates on Project Gladiator. And if you live in any of the areas I covered for severe weather for today, please stay weather alert for the time being, and hopefully I will be able to see you guys tomorrow with another forecast.